Hello, everyone. This is War of Mars Tarot here, and this is a second video of this series where I'm going to be teaching tarot uh, to beginning students, people that want to learn about this kind of in a 101 fashion. So in last video we had the Fool, which was number 0. And as you can see, now this is number 1. We are now at the Magician. Now I have to connect this card from to his previous one because there's actually a sequence of phases going on in the tarot when you get up the numbers. It does depend on which type of cards you're talking about, but with these they're actually connected. So as the Fool, he was just beginning his journey in pursuit of knowledge or just a quest for experience. The Magician here now represents that Fool. Let's say the Fool now he's gained his experience. The Fool had brought some things with him in the other card. As you can see now, the Magician has here in this card, he has the supplies. They could be the same supplies that he started out with or that he ended up gaining on this journey. And this card represents this Magician is someone in his power. So the Fool has now gained experience and has power and has a much more control over his situation. If you look in the background, he's not in any edgy cliffs. He's not in any dangerous area. In fact, whatever he's doing here is creating all these plants and live flowers. They're growing in abundance due to what this Magician is doing. He is in control. If there's a general understanding of this card, I would say someone in control, with balance, with power, and balance. We can go to the 4 elements here on his altar, where you have the 4 suits, and all the suits, they represent an element. So by having all the elements on the table, he's in balance, he's in harmony with the laws of nature in order to produce his magic, hence the Magician. This card can, in a very esoteric manner, this card does represent Hermes Trismegistus, which is a bringer of knowledge, of esoteric knowledge to several cultures throughout time. And he's known by different names, like in Egypt as Thoth, Hermes through the Greek and Roman tradition, and can be even Enoch in the Bible or Idris in the Quran. So this Hermes Trismegistus, he brought on a lot of knowledge to the world. Astrology, mathematics, many different sciences, astronomy, and this card is embodying that character. Actually, someone who has brought in a lot of the alchemical knowledge that we have today. So the tarot, it's very connected to alchemy. It's not really explained much by other tarot classes that you might look at, not many, or books, but when you go down to the deepest meanings, you will find alchemy throughout the tarot, and this card does have a representation of that. The Magician, he is holding a wand with one hand up high and the other hand pointing at down below, which is this is a symbol of as above, so below, which is actually one of the Hermetic principles, where we are a microcosm of the macrocosm, where we are part of the bigger picture, and its identity is seen throughout every little living thing, down to the atoms, up to the galaxies. There are similarities and they are all connected. This is a very important principle for someone who understands the secrets, who understands knowledge, and who understands how to gain power. So by him even doing that here as above so below shows his level of power. This card can also mean something like initiation. The Fool has now been initiated into the magical order. For a character that this card comes out to describe, it can mean someone powerful, resourceful, once again in control, in balance. If it's for you and you're into, let's say, magic and hermetic principles, well, this would describe you as well in that fashion. If it's in reverse, it brings on the negative qualities of a magician, let's say, or someone that has power. So it can mean something like disorder, an imbalance, no more balance, an imbalance. It could also mean something like fear or lack, fear of lack. It can be someone who's a trickster, a schemer, a manipulator. And if it's someone that you know who's into magic, this could mean someone who's into lower level dark or black magic. Let's say magic that's it's egoistic and does not really care for others. So another thing to look out for in this card is the infinity symbol here, which can also help you figure out whatever you're trying to read off in whatever question you have, because it carries on that symbology as well of infinity. So that is pretty much it for this card. And once again, he is number 1 after the Fool. The Fool has emerged or has gone through phases, and now he has initiated to become the magician. So thank you very much. This was Warrior of Mars Tarot. And in this channel, I usually do tarot readings. And I'm going to be teaching, I am teaching esoteric knowledge to others. So please check that out and subscribe to this channel. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And leave comments below. I want to know what your experiences are. If you have people in your life who remind you of the magician or even the Fool, the first video that we went through. If you haven't seen the first video, I advise to start off from there and look at that, because it's important that you understand the card 0 before this one, the Fool. So once again, thank you very much and be blessed.